Okay. And then I'm going to share this page with you. You can just watch here, Lizzie, and then you'll have the practice pages after this. But this is page 7. So if you do have your book, go ahead and turn to page 7. And today we're talking about pronouns. You guys pretty much know the pronouns from last year. We talked about them last year, like he and she and it and those types of words. And those are called personal pronouns. And then we're going to look at a table. This table right here shows a lot of different pronouns and how to use them in a sentence. And there are many types of pronouns. There's the personal pronoun that takes the place of a common or proper nouns. The personal pronouns in the table below are organized by number, person, and function. So if you look at this table over here where it says numbers, it says singular and plural. So show me on your hands how many is singular? How many is that? Good. That's only one. That's right. And then plural is anything more than one. Could be two, or it could be a million, or three, or five, or 10. Yeah, any of those. Okay, good. So you know that. And then here we have person. First person is when you're talking in the story. Okay, that's you. You're first person. Anytime you tell a story, you talk about yourself. You say, like, one day I went to my friend's house and we played games. So, personal pronoun for first person is I, or me, or my, or mine. Those are all you, right? I, me, my, mine. Second person, if you're talking to another person, you're going to use words like you, and your, and yours. By the way, these are different ways in the sentence. So, like, this is talking about the subject of the sentence. This one's talking about the object of the preposition. And then they function as adjectives, and these are possessive pronouns to do not function as adjectives. So it's just different ways in the sentence, and we'll talk about that more as we go through the book. But look at third person. If it's singular, third person, that's when you have a character talking to another character and you're not in the story. It's just two characters talking to each other. And that's when we use words like he and she and it, him, her, it, his, her, its, and his, hers, its. And then we jump down here to the plural part. This is when there's more than one. So back to first person. That's like when you're in the story, you're going to use words like we and us and our and ours. If it's second person and you're talking to someone, you're still going to use you, your, yours. And then third person, when you have groups of people talking to each other, they, them, their, theirs. So that's how the chart works here. It's just for you to remember. But no matter what, you're going to mark these words with PR for pronoun. No matter which one it is, it doesn't matter. They're all going to be labeled with PR for pronoun. So the examples here, Timmy traveled to town. It, that's pronoun, was busy with many people. He, pronoun, was scared of them, pronoun, and their, pronoun, noise. So there's 4 pronouns in those sentences right there. And all you're going to do is put PR on the pronouns. Without pronouns to replace the nouns, this passage sounds strange. Timmy traveled to town. The town was busy with many people. Timmy was scared of the people and the people's noise. So we heard people a bunch of times. So pronouns help with that. So you're not using the same word over and over and over again. You can use them or they, and it flows better. That's why we use pronouns. All right, if you have your book, go to page 8. If you don't have your book yet, Lizzie, you can just watch the screen still. Okay. 2 other things you guys are going to mark in this book, just like last year. Capitalization. That pronoun I by itself is always capital. Anytime you have I by itself, make sure it's capital, but they're going to forget to capitalize it on purpose just for you. You have to put those 3 little lines under it. to tell that you know it needs to be capitalized just like this. So it says, when the basket opened, I jumped out. I should be capitalized. And then the end mark. And that is going to be missing. You're going to have to figure out what end mark it needs. This sentence says, did Johnny live in a fancy house? Since it's a question, we need a question mark there. Okay, now we can go to the practice page, and you should have this one, Lizzie. It's page 9. Okay. So, Lizzie, how about you read the sentence to start?
The basket belonged to a master gardener who lived in northern England. What did he grow?
Good. We actually have two sentences here. All right. So, master, anybody know what that word master means? Jonah?
Like it's a leader gardener, kind of like
Kind
leader,
of.
and he's like super good.
He's super good. There you go. He's like a professional, right? The master gardener is like the best. Good. Okay, check. It's kind of like Master Legos, if you've ever seen that show. They're like professional Lego builders. All right. Got the vocabulary word. Next is articles. Go ahead and find those by yourself. There's only two. And then Malia, how about the nouns? Where are the nouns at?
Uh, basket
Yes.
and mm, England, England,
England. There you go. England is one. And there's one more.
and
And the other one's a person. Who are we talking about in that sentence?
the master
Not the master
gardener.
gardener. So master actually is an adjective here. And it's telling that he's really good at it, like Jonah said. Were you going to say something, Jonah?
Yeah, it was. It's because how you said like the our last class that some of the nouns are adjectives.
Yes, very
It's
good. You
depending
remember
which
that.
type.
It depends on how it's used in the sentence. You're right. So if it just said the gardener is a master, then yeah, it would be a noun. But because it's telling what kind of gardener, the master gardener, that becomes an adjective. Oops, I moved so the AR goes over the A. Okay. Good point. How about the pronoun, Jonah? Where's the pronoun?
He,
Very good. He. And who are we talking about, Jonah? Who's the he?
the gardener.
There you go. Good. So it's referring back to the gardener, which is just one person. So it's he. And then capitals, Lizzie, where do the capitals go?
The
Good.
who
No, not who, because that's a comma.
um what
Yes, what? There's a name of a country here.
England.
There you go. Because it's a proper noun, it needs a capital E. And then what about the end mark, Malia?
After what did he grow?
Yeah. What goes at the end of that one?
A period.
No.
Wait. Oh, question mark.
There
Sorry.
you go. They were tricking you in that one. Most of the time it is a period, but that was a question. What did he grow? That's a question. All right, and then check the end mark, and we're done with that. So later, you guys write it down here like you did last year, And then you're going to do the next 3 pages. So you're going to do pages 10, 11, and 12 for homework. Okay? Do you have any questions about the grammar today? If not, shake your head no for me. No? Okay, good. Okay. If you have your binder, get your binder out. If not, that's okay. All right. You worked on, what did you work on? You worked on, oh, the pizza story. Did you guys get to tell a parent about the pizza paragraph? Yeah? Okay, good. That's when you look at the outline, think of a sentence, and look up and say the sentence. Give me a thumbs up if you are able to do that with a parent. Good. No? Jonah? You didn't have time? Okay, so I want you to do it after class. You remember how we look at the keyword outline and think of a sentence and then look up and say the sentence? That's what you're going to practice, okay? With your mom later. I know she'll want to hear it. Okay, week 1, if you have your binder, you can put that yellow page, this one, page 17. It's going to go, remember the tab that says model charts and outlines? That's where that one goes, behind that tab. So put 17, page 17, behind this tab that says model charts and outlines. Okay, it goes on the back of that model charts and outlines, just the yellow page. Stick that in there. And then you're gonna need, oh, the rest of this stuff for pizza, chili, and French fries. We're not gonna do the other ones. You can put it away in your finished binder, whatever you're keeping your finished stuff in. Put it inside that. You can put it in the rings, or if you have a folder or whatever you have for that. All right. And then once you put all that away, I want you to get out week 2. So in your binder, behind the source text tab, you should see this one called Week 2 Asian Table. And Lizzie, I think you have the story. That's really all you need, and the checklist. So that's all you need from that. But everybody else needs to get out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. It's a lot for week 2. So get out all of week 2. When you see week 3, don't get that one out yet. Leave that one in there. And then you also need a piece of lined paper. So go ahead and get out a piece of lined paper too. So all of week 2 and lined paper. And a pen or a pencil, whichever one you like best. All right, when you got your stuff ready, give me a thumbs up. Okay, I see that. Good. So all of week 2 and a piece of lined paper. And you should be all set. Okay, good. I see that thumbs up. All right. Are you ready? Oh, you got it, Malia? Almost?
My page is fell out, so
Oh, no.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to make sure to close those rings. Go ahead and stick them back in there. Yeah, make sure you close them each time. I know sometimes if you forget, it makes a giant, giant mess.
Where, okay. Everything from week 2?
Yeah, everything for week 2. So it starts on page 19 and it goes all the way to page 30.
Okay.
And then a lined piece of paper too. while she's getting those out, so last week we just started with Unit 1, and Unit 1 was using the outline to retell a story. And so basically, you did the practice where you retold it with your mouth. We're already moving on to week or Unit 2, actually, because Unit 1 was only 1 week long. It was really short. Unit 2, we're going to actually start writing this week. Okay, we're going to write about Asian table. Did you get it, Malia? Got it out? Okay, good. So let's look at the first yellow page. This is page 25. Let's look at that really quick. See, at the top, if you don't have this one, Lizzie, it's okay. You could just watch the screen here. But this is Unit 1, and this is when you guys read, think, look up, speak. Read, think, look up, speak. That's what you did with your outline to tell the story about the pizza. Read, think, look up, speak. That's what Unit 1 was all about. Now we're on to Unit 2. Unit 2 is when we start writing. So this is reminding you to double space. And give me a thumbs up if you're typing your papers now. Are you typing now? Good. Lizzie's typing. Yeah, and Malia, you might be half typing, half not. That's okay if you're still not typing everything. But good, I see that, Jonah. So when you double space, make sure you set that on the Google Docs first. Put it on double space first before you start typing. Makes it way easier. And see the name and date is on the left side, and then there's a title. The title repeats 1 to 3 key words from final sentence. You guys remember that rule from last year? It's an easy one. And then that word indent. So when you start your paragraph, you got to indent. You got to leave a space. And on the keyboard, it's the tab button. When you click the tab, it'll give you that space for you automatically. And then you start typing from there. Okay, now look at the next yellow paper. And you don't have this one either, Lizzie, so just watch this part. This one is our stylistic techniques. And we're going to start with the first dress up, only one. And it's ly adverb. So go ahead and write that in next to number 1 on this yellow page, page 27. Ly adverb. We're going to start with that one. I'm sure you remember that from last year. We used a lot of those in our writing. All right, and that's all we're going to do for that page. And then let's look at this letter to the editor page. It's page 23. Yours might look a little different than mine. Mine has an extra little note here on the side, but page 23, letter to the editor. Do you guys remember this from last year? The letter? No? Yeah, some of you. Okay, so this is for your parents. So basically right here where it says writer's name, go ahead and put your name on that page right there, if you have it. And then after class, you're going to give this letter to your parent, whoever does your homeschooling. And the letter is basically telling them how to help in this class. And they're going to listen to you read your papers. That's the main thing they're going to do is when you're done with your paper, you're going to read it to them and they're going to tell you, great job, or maybe fix this part because I didn't quite understand that. And they're going to give you some feedback on your paper. And I'm going to do that too. But your parents can listen to you too. And then if you have any spelling errors, your parents can help you with your spelling errors too. I don't want them to fix all of them, like I told you guys last week. You don't have to fix all of them, but you should fix some of spelling errors. Anyway, so after class, go ahead and give them this paper, okay? Now, the story. Let's go to the story, this one. And Lizzie, you should have this one. Page 21. Asian table. This is the one we're going to write about this week. So does anybody feel like reading the paper? Okay, Jonah, I saw your hand there. And then the rest of us, we're just going to follow along with our eyes and listen to Jonah read it.
If you go to an Asian country, you might want to learn some different table manners. For example, well, in Japan, you must never point your chopstick at others. Oddly, it's okay to slurp your noodles. That way, the host will know that you're enjoying the meal.
Okay, good. Keep going.
In China, burping tells if the chef did a good job. However, if you didn't eat everything on your plate, it might show that you didn't get enough and you're still hungry. In South Korea, Korea, the
Mm-hmm.
oldest person at the table must take a bite before anyone else can eat. Also, do not pour your own drink in Korea. Uh, Wait or ask others to do it. In Thailand, you should use chopsticks only when you're eating noodles. When eating sticky rice, it's customary to use your own fingers. For most other dishes, is use a fork to push your bite onto a spoon. And then from the spoon, not the fork, if you know some local dining customs, you better you will better be guest at a table in Asia.
You will be a better guest.
Guest
Yes.
at a table in Asia.
Nice. Good job reading, Jonah. Very good. Man, very different than America, huh? Did you know that burping is okay in China? I mean, I bet if you burped at the table, I bet your mom would be like, Jonah, say excuse me, right? It's kind of rude in America if we burp. But in China, they like that. They want you to burp. That tells the chef that you like the food if you burp in China. I think that's funny. And then in where was it? Japan, if you slurp your noodles, that's when you go like that, make a loud noise with your mouth. That's also okay in Japan, but not in America. That would be considered rude for us, right? Especially if like we eat with our mouth open or something. So there's table manners that we have here too in America, but in Asia, completely different. So now you guys know if you ever go to Asia, you'll know how to act at the table. So, and isn't that weird at the end where it talks about use a fork to push the rice onto a spoon and then eat from the spoon? It's like an extra step. It's weird. It's like you just take your fork and scoop it over to your spoon and then eat from that. It's weird. It's like why not just eat with a fork? I don't know. But that's not what they do. All right. Weird, weird, but that's okay. Let's get our keyword outline ready. So go ahead and put your name here on your lined paper, first and last name. Today's date is 9/17/25. I'll give you a second to catch up, but skip a line and then I'm going to have you put Asian table and then KWO. All right. And for this one, it's just one big paragraph. So you're going to skip a line and we're going to start with Roman numeral 1. It's just one paragraph. And it's going to be 1 to 11. So make sure you move over a little bit and try to make your paper nice and neat. Okay. Keep everything lined up. There we go. Okay, and since we're still starting out the year, it's still the beginning of the year, we're going to look at every sentence, sentence by sentence, okay? And every sentence is going to have a line on your outline for now. So Roman numeral 1 is your first sentence of the paragraph. So let's look back at this. The very first sentence says, if, excuse me, if you go to an Asian country, you might want to learn some different table manners. So now we got to figure out how are we going to write this in our outline. So that first one, um, Asian, we could actually circle the A up here and use that like A and then country. And then we could use learn. And then I'm going to draw a little table actually on my outline here. Draw a little table and then manners. Remember how we do this? So we can use only 3 words, but you can use symbols or numbers or abbreviations for free. So I use the A for Asian, country, learn, and then table, and then manners. And now I'm going to have, after you guys write that down, I'm going to have you guys take turns helping me with the other sentences, okay? So we can build this together. So Jonah, how about you go on to the second sentence? It starts with for example, and tell us how can we write that on our outline, the second sentence.
For example, in Japan, you must never point your chopstick at others.
Okay.
I'm saying, how do maybe we should yeah, definitely add Japan, right?
Yeah, I think we need Japan.
Okay, so the
But Japan.
Japan and then how about out we should put never, right?
Yeah,
Then
maybe.
we could do like a point symbol, like pointing. Then we could do chopstick.
Yeah, I like that. And anybody have any other ideas about never point? How could we show that a different way, maybe?
Never.
Never point. Because I don't know how to draw. I guess you could draw an arrow for point. I'm wondering about putting point and then crossing it out. Remember how we used to do that last year where we kind of circle it and then we draw a line through it like that? But if you want to put point and draw a finger pointing or an arrow pointing, that's okay too. And then chopsticks. And then I'm going to draw a little guy here just so we know, don't point it at a person, right? In Japan, you never point your chopsticks and then at a person. That's good. All right. And when you're ready, let's see, Malia, you can go next. The next sentence starts with oddly.
No, I just need to drink some water. Okay. Oddly, it is okay to slurp your noodles. Um, so that oddly, so should we do like okay, slurp noodles?
Yeah, because I think if we put okay, like the letters O and K, that could be that could be like an abbreviation for the word okay. So I like that. And I like using oddly because that's an ly adverb and we need one. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, let's do okay. And then I like your idea. Then slurp and noodles. So basically, oddly is a word, slurp and noodles, and okay, like that, O-N-K, is actually an abbreviation. So that works because that's for free. Good job. And then when you're ready, Lizzie, go ahead and do the next one. The next one starts with that way, the host, that sentence.
That way the host will know you are enjoying the meal. Um, We can put host,
Yeah.
and then for no, we can put a little light bulb, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Okay. Let's think about it.
And then enjoying, and then meal. Meal.
Yeah. Okay. Light bulb kind of makes me think of idea. What if we did enjoying? We could draw a happy face, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You like that? Or meal, we could draw a little plate of food, maybe. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
Okay, that way we can do host, no, and then which one do you like? The meal, the drawing the meal or drawing a happy face?
Happy face.
A happy face. Okay, so like happy face and then meal. Yeah, happy faces are easy. Okay, good. And then back to you, Jonah. It starts with in China. Now we're going to talk about a different country. You got the burping one.
In China, burping, or in China, burping tells us that the chef tells the chef that he did a good job.
Yes. Okay. What do you think?
Hmm. We should definitely add China.
Definitely add China. Yeah, because we're talking about a different country now. Good. Okay.
And what else? How about we could do like a person's like mouth open, and then we could draw like a bird, like lines out of it to make a noise.
I don't even know how to draw a burp.
Me neither, but that's
We
what I'm
probably
thinking.
need the word burping, I'm thinking, on that one.
Okay.
But maybe we could draw something like for the chef. Let's put burping.
And then I'm thinking that we should hmm we should do we should draw, or no, we should draw like a little guy with the chef's hat.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good one. A little guy. Got to make it small.
Okay. And then I'm thinking that we should do like a thumbs up and then job.
Thumbs up. I don't know how to do that. Maybe I'll do a star.
Or maybe like a check mark.
Oh, yeah, or a check mark. Okay, so whatever you guys think for good.
And then yeah, job.
Yeah, and then job. Okay, I like it. Good job. I know how to do a star. I don't know how to do a thumbs up.
Yeah, me neither, but I was thinking that I could try. I could
Yeah,
try.
you can try. As long as you know what it is, that's the main thing.
Okay. Good job.
Yep.
All right.
Good. All right. Good job, Jonah. And then Malia, you're doing the next one, starting with however. And oh, well, by the way, sorry, you're muted, but um if your outline looks different than mine, that's okay. Remember how you can make it yours. It doesn't have to match mine exactly. Okay, Malia, whenever you're ready.
However, if you eat everything on your plate, it might show that you didn't get enough and are still hungry.
Man, there's a lot to that sentence, huh? That's a big one.
Um,
Hmm.
can we draw like an empty plate?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Should we do like a Pac-Man? Remember how we used Pac-Man for eat last year?
mhm.
Yeah, and then an empty plate.
Mhm.
That's a good idea. So do a little Pac-Man. And then an empty plate. And then what?
And then, mm, uh, um, can we draw like an egg? Oh, actually, we'll have a nut. Um, I don't know. Can we write show, enough, and then hungry?
Yeah.
No.
Show, oh, we could circle enough and cross it out for didn't get enough, like not enough.
Maybe
Yeah.
we could say, this is just an idea, but
Okay.
then you should do like show and then still hungry.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. That would work. I kind of like that, Malia. Or you could do not enough and then hungry. Either way, but I kind of like that. That's a good idea. Show still hungry. That's good. Okay. And then when you're done, um, back to Lizzie, go ahead and do the next one. It's about South Korea.
In South Korea, the oldest person at the table must take a bite before anyone else can eat.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that one. That would be hard to do, huh? If you're hungry and you're sitting there and you're like, come on, Grandpa, take a bite. Please just take a bite, Grandpa. Just take a bite.
I think we can do S and then K for South Korea.
Okay.
And then we can do a person that looks old, like maybe with a cane.
Okay.
And then we can draw a table.
Okay. I don't know if we need table, but maybe. What else do you think?
And then we can make someone uh like eat something, like Pac-Man.
You're kind of getting into a lot of symbols, though.
Okay, wait.
Maybe, because you still have three words you can use. Maybe
Can
we
you
can
move the
use,
paper up?
maybe we can use the word bite.
Yeah.
Um, uh, what do you think, Lizzie?
Okay, so S and K for South Korea.
Yeah, I got that. Okay. An
And
old
then the
guy with
person
a
will say,
cane.
yeah. And then not table. We're gonna use bite
Yeah, bite. Okay.
and then before eat.
Okay. Before, I wonder if we should maybe put anyone
Yeah.
before anyone. Okay, so SK, a guy with a cane, bite before anyone. And I guess if you wanted to put a little Pac-Man at the end, you could. That's pretty good. That was a hard one. That was good. All right. Jonah, next one.
Okay, so paper. We're gonna do. We start also, right?
Yeah.
Also, do not pour your own drink in Korea. Wait or ask others to do it. That's gonna be a hard one.
It is going to be a hard one. I was just thinking that.
That's gonna be a hard one. Alright, so how am I gonna do
Well,
it?
we already know we're talking about Korea, so I think we don't need to worry about that.
Mm,
It's
okay.
talking about drink, so your own drink.
So how about we could we could do like 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 a cup of lemonade, like a big like glass, and then pouring it, then an X. Pouring it in the cup,
Oh,
then next.
yeah, I guess we could do that. Or we could just write the word pour and put an X, like circle it and cross it out.
Maybe.
That sounds easier to me. But if you want to draw it, go ahead and draw it. I'm going to write the word pour because I don't know how to draw like you guys. You guys are way better at that than me.
Okay, so uh, we should do hmm, wait it and um wait ask others.
Wait, ask others. Okay.
I think that
Wait. Okay, so I might need a glass for drink for mine. Remember, you guys can do it however you want. I'm gonna do, and then I like that. Wait, ask, and then for others, I'm gonna draw a person just because I already have my other word here.
oh
But I like your idea. I like yours too, Jonah. You do it how you want to do that.
ask others. Okay.
Okay. And then Malia, next one is in Thailand. And now we're talking about Thailand.
Thailand, you should use chopsticks only when you are eating noodles. So we need to say Thailand.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely need to say Thailand. So let's get that on there. Thailand. Okay.
And Thailand. And then chopstick. Should
The
we
word.
do? I have two ideas. So
Okay.
chopsticks only, and then Pac-Man noodles, and then like Pac-Man, and then noodles, or we can just say chopsticks eating noodles.
We already have Thailand, so we can only do two words. That's the thing. Maybe chopsticks only, and then Pac-Man, but we need noodles too. So we might have to draw noodles too. I don't know. Any other ideas out there?
I think can we do actually for Thailand? Can we like would it make sense if we just did like Thai?
Oh, yeah, you could. You could abbreviate Thai. Uh-huh.
Well, I'm I'm kind of thinking of something.
What's your idea?
Well, oh, I'm thinking that we should do yeah, we should keep Thailand, but we should also oh, um um we do the word use, then we could draw chopsticks next
Oh,
next and 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 then we could
okay.
do eating or eating and then we could draw noodles.
Okay. I think I like that. So go ahead and put that for yours, Jonah. I'm gonna put chopsticks. I'm gonna do chopsticks instead of drawing that one. But then only, and then I'm gonna do eating with the Pac-Man and the noodles. I like that part. I'm just gonna draw a plate of squiggly noodles.
Okay.
But everybody's can be different. So whatever you guys want to put, okay? I liked your idea to Malia to just put tie. That saves you a word.
Eating, then a bowl of noodles. Okay.
Okay. And now I'm gonna let you do 9, 10, and 11 by yourself. Okay, and then you can
Wait,
tell me what you
9,
got.
11?
Yeah, 9,
No,
10, 11. So
wait,
it
because mine shows 10 and 11. We just have 10 and 11 left.
uh-oh, you might have missed a number.
Oh, no, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Is that what you guys have too?
Yeah,
No.
look at mine. Look at mine. Look at mine.
Oh, did you forget your Roman numeral one?
Wait, I always forgot that in my last class. I
Oh
keep
no.
forgetting now.
Rather than erasing, don't erase everything. Just put a Roman numeral one down here and then just cross out the numbers and fix that. You know what I mean?
Or maybe I can make like the one. Then maybe I could just do like the one, a numeral number one.
Yeah, but then you
And
have
I
to
could just
change.
write the numbers.
Okay, and then change the numbers. Okay, that'll work. All right, so Lizzie and Malaya, while he's fixing that, go ahead and go do 9, 10, and 11 by yourself. I'm gonna let you guys work by yourself for a minute, and then tell me what you got when you're done.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm gonna mute you, Jonah, so they can think, okay? So go ahead and work on 9, 10, and 11 by yourself. Did you already finish, Lizzie? Okay, good. Tell me what you got for what'd you get for 9, 10, and 11?
For 9, I put eating, and then I put a hand touching slime,
For
and then
sticky?
yeah, and then
That's pretty good.
I put a bowl of rice. Then I put U's, and then fingers,
Okay, good.
and then for 10, I put a dish with spaghetti. I don't know what to put, but I just put spaghetti.
Yeah, okay.
And then I put fork, and then I put an arrow going down for a push.
Okay,
And then I put bite, and then I put spoon, eat.
good.
And then I put eat and fork with a line across it.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, good.
And then for 11, I put local, table, and then I put star, guest, table, and then I put A for Asia.
Perfect. Nice job. I love it. It's really good. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a couple more minutes to finish yours. And then Lizzie, you said you're typing now, right? Or are you? Okay, you are. So you're going to use the outline to start typing your own paragraph about Asian table. It's just one paragraph, so it's going to be pretty easy. So while you're waiting, I'm going to let them finish. While you're waiting, Lizbeth, if you want to write down your grammar sentence from earlier on page 9, you can work on that.
I finished
You got it. Okay, good. Which one are you working on, Jonah?
one.
You're on the last one? Okay.
Yeah, I love
I got you. Okay. Yeah, we'll let him finish for a second. And then talk about one more thing here. While he's working on it though, tell me what you got for yours, Malia.
For 9, I put a Pac-Man and then rice and then use fingers.
Good.
And then for 10, I got kind of was a hard one. So I got fork, push, spoon, and then a
Okay.
Pac-Man face, and then a spoon, and then an X over the fork, like I drew a fork.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
And then for 11, I put better guess table, and then I put the circle around the A.
For Asia or Asian
Yes.
or Asia. Yeah, good. I like it. Very good. And you got it. Good, Jonah. What'd you get for yours? 9, 10, 11.
For 9, I did um, um eating sticky rice. Then I did like a finger symbol like this.
Oh,
Um, um. And
yes.
then for 10, I did um other dishes used. I drew a fork and I did like an arrow to the spoon.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. To push
Then
it on
I
the spoon.
did for the last one local. Then I did a table for like dining, custom, and then I did a better than I did a person.
Nice. All three of you did such a great job. I love your ideas. That's perfect. All right. So now I want to look at the checklist. That's going to be on page 29, and you should have this one too, Lizzie, from the email that I sent your mom. Let's look at the checklist. This is going to be the easiest checklist you have all year. Yay!
Yes, yes, yes.
Woohoo! It gets harder from here, so you might as well celebrate now, right? But I know you know how to read these, so I'm just going to review it with you so you can remember. But the structure right here is how you set up your paper, and it sounds like all three of you are typing. So when you go to Google Docs, make sure you set it to double space first. And then you're going to put your name and your date in the upper left-hand corner of the page. And then it says double space, which you'll do. And then here's the title rule because you're going to rewrite this paragraph, but it does need a new title. So you can think about it when you write your last sentence about that last one that talked about manners. You could be a better guest. Like that would be a good title, better guest or something. So
Mhm.
you can think of something. Remember, it has to have at least one word from the last sentence, okay? And it has to be in the middle of the top. Don't worry about the fourth box. We ignore that one because you turn it in on Google Classroom, so you don't have to worry about that. And then look at this dress up. There's just one paragraph and there's one dress up. Woohoo! Super easy peasy cheesy, right? We just have one paragraph, one dress up, boom, done. Make sure you underline that. And it's nice. We already have a ly word right here in our outline, so just underline that. And then the mechanics are capitalization. You just want to make sure to follow those rules. End marks. And then the third box says complete sentences. Does it make sense? Who can tell me, how do you know if it makes sense? What do you need to do to find out if your paragraph makes sense? What do you guys think? How are you going to know? You're thinking, everybody's thinking, they're like, wait, how do we know? How do we know it makes sense? What do you think, Lizzie?
With punctuations?
Yeah, yeah, but when you're all done and you're checking it, how are you going to know if your whole paragraph makes sense? What do you think, Malia?
If you use like the right grammar and if it, I don't know, like if it's like complete and I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you guys, it's okay. You're going to read it to somebody. So when you read it to somebody, an adult at your house, you'll know if it makes sense. Because remember last year we talked about how sometimes when you read inside your head, when you're reading quietly, your brain will fix things automatically. So let's say you forgot the word the, you just forgot to write it. And then when you go to read it in your head will put the word the in there, even if it's not there. It fixes it automatically. It's like our brains are so smart. But when you stop and read it to somebody and you're reading word for word, that's when you'll catch it. You'll go, oh, wait, I got to put the, and you type it in or you write it in. So the way to know if it makes sense is when you're all done with it, read it to yourself first, and then go read it to a parent or whoever's doing your homeschooling. When you read it to them out loud, you'll know. Remember last year we talked about like reading it to your stuffed animals, reading it to your dog, or like, you know, in the mirror in the bathroom or something. So read it one time by yourself with something and then read it to a parent. All right. So, if you want to add more ly words, you can. You only have to underline one of them, though. Okay. So, as you're writing, if you think of another spot for an ly adverb, you can add it, but you only need to underline one of them. All right. Well, that's it. You're going to write your paragraph this week. Uh, and you already finished all the way to 11, so you're good. You're going to write it and then do your grammar. Keep all this together in your front pocket of your binders, okay? And if you don't have your binders yet, put it in a folder or somewhere where you don't lose it. All right, you guys, good job today. Have a good week, and I'll see you next week.
Good. Bye.
Goodbye. See you next week.